On this episode of Off the Script, episode 144, part number 3 for your Survivor Series Sunday, November 20th, 2016. I got news on Conor McGregor and the WWE wanting McGregor and The Rock for a huge Wrestlemania 33 segment. What's going on with that? I got the latest. Also, The Undertaker. WWE planning one more world title run for the dead man. What are the latest plans for The Undertaker following Survivor Series? Also, Joey Styles got himself into some hot water. What the fuck did he do and what the hell did he say to get himself fired from multiple promotions as play-by-play announcer? All this plus so much more on Off the Script. No clickbait needed here, motherfucker. Unbelievable. How many people did I bench after yesterday's fucking quote-unquote clickbait video? All this plus so much more on Off the Script this Sunday.
JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman, get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. How many people did I make salty? Jesus Christ, man. It's like I opened up and shared with everybody a bag of fucking Lay's potato chips. Salt and vinegar, man. The fucking saltiness that everybody just fucking threw at me yesterday after the title of Off the Script Part 2, man, for number 144. What's with all the fucking saltiness, bro? Jesus fucking Christ. This is why I hate people, man. Seriously. I had people I never seen before comment on my videos, and they're telling me, oh, JD, I watch you for all these months, man. What's with the clickbait, man? Who the fuck are you? I never seen you in my comment section. I monitor that fucking comment section like the Terminator, motherfucker. I'm all over it. And you want to come at me? And you want to fucking chime in? Oh, JD, you're doing clickbait. What's with the clickbait? What's with the title? Blah, blah, blah. CM Punk said it was a joke. It was a joke. This and that. What, you think I'm a fucking asshole? You think I'm a fucking retard? Of course I knew it was a joke. You fucking buffoon. Clearly. Listen to the video. Within the first 45 seconds, I knew it was a joke. And from there, you should have taken it as, okay, JD knows it's a joke. What is he going to talk about with this CM Punk situation? But no, you guys wanted to continue going on with the fucking, oh, it's clickbait. I came here to just dislike for the clickbait title, man. Seriously. You know, this is my channel, man. Okay? This is my channel. And to everybody that wanted to remain salty, you benched. You are now benched from the channel. You can't comment. And if you do, nobody's gonna see it. It goes right to the fucking spam. And then I delete. You're done. I don't clickbait, motherfucker. And who gives a shit if there's a little dose of clickbait? You want to know something for everybody that fucking came out and's got a fucking opinion? Oh, why are you doing this, man? Who the fuck? Are you my agent? Are you my fucking channel manager? Do I have to go through each and every one of you? Should I do this, guys? Should I do that? Should I title it this way? Listen, I know how to run my fucking channel, bro. YouTube needs to fucking concentrate on getting its website back to the way it used to be. Because people across the board, from fucking PewDiePie to Markiplier, all the way down to the lowest piece of shit on this website. Everybody's fucking struggling. Everybody. Ali A came out the other day and said, this is fucking bullshit. You know? When guys like that are complaining, hopefully people are listening. I want to let you guys know something. For everybody that wanted to be salty and is still salty, I don't need clickbait for off the script, bro. I don't need any clickbait. The power of this podcast. The fucking power. And let me fucking utilize the word power in the way that I announce on WWE 2K17, okay? The fucking power of this podcast doesn't need clickbait, motherfucker. I don't need no fucking clickbait. Every video is outstanding. Ranked number 1 in every fucking I'm outranking WWE half the fucking time. Pay-per-view, Monday night. I don't need fucking clickbait, bro. WWE and the term itself, keywords that I use are fucking all I need. I don't need clickbait. And for everybody that wants to fucking be salty about the clickbait, I guarantee you, I'll bet the entire fucking mortgage on that you watched the fucking video all the way through, because what happened? There was more in there than what was presented in the title, bro. Well, I gave you, CM Punk, and I made fun of the fucking story. I talked about Punk. Is he coming back? I gave you my thoughts on it. I read the fucking tweet that he said. I gave you an NXT preview and predictions for last night's show. What the fuck you want from me? What do you want from me? I mean, you want me to dress up as a fucking clown and do magic acts in front of the camera? Is that what you want? Seriously, shut the fuck up. Let me run my channel, and now you're benched. You know why you're benched? Because you fucking assholes! Remain benched, assholes. Anyway, let me get on to some good news. Good news! JD Negan and fucking Dana Brooke available now on Barbershop Window. They're available, man. Go get those motherfuckers. And I want to see everybody wearing them and tweeting me, man. I'll fucking retweet every fucking one of you. Every one of you with JD Negan and Dana Brooke, man. That Dana Brooke design's fucking beast as well, man. Don't overlook that Dana Brooke design, bro. Version 5, she's well deserving of being in the Hall of Fame of Get Off My TV, man. Now we need to know who's next. Who's next? But that's gonna last through the end of the year, man, before we get any more designs. I'm gonna take a break with the designs. Those are for you, man, especially that Negan one, man. That Negan one is absolutely fucking epic. And thank you to those who actually notified me before I even knew that they were available. People were buying them before I even fucking knew they were on the website. But if you guys want them, go get them, okay? There is going to be a Black Friday deal on Barbershop Window, man. The entire website's on sale. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'll let you guys know what the coupon code is on my end for everything. But if you guys want to go get your Negan and Dana Brooke t-shirts, man, they are available right now on barbershopwindow.com. If they're not on the homepage, all you gotta do is use the search bar and type in Off the Script. It'll take you right to all my shirts, man. That's it right there. It'll take you right to my online shop. So thank you to everybody that has continued to support via the Barbershop Window website and patreon.com/JD206. Now, let's get into the news, man. Let's get into the news, because it's Saturday, 4/17. You guys are going to be listening to this on Sunday. I gotta stream WWE 2K17 in a little bit. And then I'm about to watch NXT tonight, man. I'm good. I am good to go. But we got a lot of news to go over, guys, so let's not waste any time. WWE may be planning for The Undertaker to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship one last time. if you're an old school OG like I am, obviously you would love to see this happen one more time, because The Undertaker is just as much a part of our childhood than pretty much anything. And I would love to see him go out on top, because there is no deserving, more deserving, I should say, individual. The Undertaker made his return at WWE Smackdown Live, 900th episode on Tuesday, and claimed he was back. So does that mean he's going after the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? One would definitely assume that he is back for that very reason. I don't see why else he would be back. He's done everything else that he needed to do, squared away all the fucking bullshit that he had to get out of his system. Shane McMahon, Vince McMahon, The Authority, Hell in a Cell, WrestleMania. He's back now. Obviously, the WWE Championship should be a target, just logically speaking. It appears that this could eventually happen. Obviously, he made a major threat to the Blue Brands WWE Survivor Series men's team regarding the event. He claimed that they should not fear failure, but they should fear the dead man. It has already been rumored that due to what he said, SmackDown Live will lose in the men's 5-on-5 match this Sunday. That is my prediction. I made that prediction also on part 1 of this weekend's Off the Script. If you guys watched it on YouTube, obviously if you guys are on iTunes, Podbean, and all other platforms, you're going to hear everything on Sunday afternoon, right before the Survivor Series. The current plan right now is for someone to cost SmackDown's team the win, most likely someone on the Blue Brand. Whether this person is in the match on Sunday or not is yet to be known, but it does appear The Undertaker will enter a program with that individual. It's been rumored that the WWE World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles will cost his team the win, despite being the team captain. As far as odds for the match goes, the Las Vegas odds have many of the traditional Survivor Series matches too close to call. This means WWE has done a great job with trying to cover up any sort of obvious point that would give WWE Raw or SmackDown Live the edge in the storyline before the event begins. That's not WWE's fault, man. You know, that's not WWE doing a great job. There's just, coincidentally, a lot of moving parts in these matches. You got a lot of internal problems going on here, man. You got Jericho, Owens, and Reigns. You got Jericho, Owens, and Rollins. You got AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose on the same team. You got Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, right? You got those guys. You got Wyatt Strowman. You got the whole Dean Ambrose and him opposing his former Shield brethren. There's a lot of moving parts in this match. You got fucking James Ellsworth on the outside. Is it possible he's going to cost Braun Strowman an elimination on Sunday night? I don't know. But there's a lot of moving parts. And now you add The Undertaker as the cherry on top of the cake. It's definitely going to make for a great match. And this is one of those things, man, where this match, I believe, will deliver in a lot of ways, even though the build has been fucking terrible. And that's what WWE seems to be doing with a lot of their pay-per-view matches lately. The build seems to be terrible, but the match itself usually is top-notch. Same thing happened with Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. The build was awful. But when they got in Hell in a Cell, that match was fantastic. And the same thing's going to happen at the Survivor Series tonight with this Raw versus SmackDown 5-on-5 men's team. So I think AJ Styles will cost his team the win. Whatever he does, however he does it, I believe he will be the last one left standing. I would love to see Gallows and Anderson get involved here, maybe stare down something with the Shield. You know, Ambrose, being that he hates AJ Styles, I would love to see him stand tall with Raw. Not necessarily meaning that he's going to join Raw, but join Rollins and Reigns in the moment to take down AJ Styles, you know? And whatever the case is, man, they got a lot of creative leeway. They got to work something. They could work something cool. But I think seeing Anderson and Gallows stand next to AJ Styles, you know, even though they are Raw and they have a history together, it would make sense. It would make sense. So I would like to see something, you know, outlandish like that. AJ Styles eventually costs his team the win, and he gets into a program with The Undertaker. I like it, but it's not anything that WWE has done great. It's just that they have a lot of moving parts in this match that lend to the unpredictability. It's not because they planned it that way. It's just because it just ended up being that way with the guys that they chose. However, Taker is supposed to go after the person who costs the Blue Brand the win, so we should have an idea who will win the main match. The idea is that it would be AJ Styles who cost the team the win because he is really the only person who has never taken on Undertaker and knows how his threats work. It is rumored that WWE will treat the situation pretty simply. AJ Styles was other places and had not worked with WWE long enough to know much about how The Undertaker operates. Interestingly, he is the only man on the Smackdown Live Survivor Series team that has not worked with The Undertaker before. Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, even Shane McMahon have all worked with him, and especially WrestleMania events. Meanwhile, Dean Ambrose did on SmackDown once where they, I believe it was in London, they triple powerbombed The Undertaker. This was after one WrestleMania. So, Ambrose doesn't really have a whole lot of history with The Undertaker, but he was involved in attacking The Undertaker. So, Undertaker specifically asked to work with Ambrose the night over the other Shield members he could have worked with. So, he prefers Ambrose over Reigns and Rollins, interestingly enough. This is supposed to be The Undertaker's last run with the WWE. That said, the company is throwing around a lot of ideas. According to Ringside News, WWE is potentially going to put the WWE World title on The Undertaker. He and AJ Styles are set to have a match relatively soon, probably at the Royal Rumble. That would be the one event that makes sense. This means Styles would put the title on the line. John Cena supposedly would return and end up challenging The Undertaker for the title at WrestleMania 33 to hopefully win his 16th World Championship. This would be a great match, or a great idea match-wise, but had a bad idea for The Undertaker to end his career. Undertaker's last match does seem to be happening at WrestleMania 33, so why in the world? Now, that's a rumor. Nobody knows for sure. Only Mark Calloway, The Undertaker, knows for sure if it's his last match, his last WrestleMania. So why in the world would WWE have him lose in his final event? Undertaker's of the old school. I read that Undertaker doesn't have a problem doing the job. He wants to go out and put someone else over. That's the way the old school did it. That might be the way he is thinking right now. But some people are thinking, why would he want to lose at WrestleMania in his final match on the grandest stage? That would be pretty shitty to see. Plus, why have John Cena challenge for the title amidst all these rumors and then lose at WrestleMania to The Undertaker? A lot of it is not making sense to some people, but there is a way around it. There really is no good way to make the WWE World title work in this context, according to some. That said, let AJ Styles, hold the title through WrestleMania 33. This is what some people are saying. Have him hold the title through WrestleMania 33. Drop it to John Cena later in the year. This would give him a long enough reign, and Cena can do something with it. This way, Cena gets his 16th and eventual 17th world title, and we get the match with The Undertaker at Mania regardless. I mentioned this, and I really don't want to talk about it anymore because I don't want to sound like a broken record, but you guys know how I feel about this. And I mentioned in our part one, you guys could pretty much go back and listen to that. If you guys listen on iTunes and Podbean, just, rewind the podcast. I mentioned it when I'm talking about the Survivor Series preview and predictions. I like The Undertaker winning the world title at the Royal Rumble. Cena, I don't want Cena winning the Royal Rumble. That I don't want at all. I would rather him go into the Elimination Chamber and fight his way for it in that type of match. I want someone else to win the Royal Rumble. I want the Royal Rumble to be as unpredictable as possible. Have Undertaker win it. Have him beat Styles at Rumble. Have Cena win the Elimination Chamber. Bring back that pay-per-view in February. It doesn't take a lot. It's not rocket science here. Undertaker can win at WrestleMania if he wants. You could book the Undertaker to beat John Cena at WrestleMania. You really want a good send-off. Have him retain the title. Come back on SmackDown. Relinquish the title. I'm done. Goodbye. Hat, glove, the dead man. Done in the WWE. He relinquishes the title. Title's vacant. You hold a fucking tournament for it. The tournament comes down to AJ Styles and John Cena. John Cena wins his 16th title reign. Boom. Simple. I don't want to see The Undertaker lose in his last match. I don't want to see him lose at all. But knowing WWE and the moment that it would be, the epic grandeur of John Cena winning the world title and tying Ric Flair at WrestleMania in front of 80,000 people. More than likely that's the scenario. But there are ways to do it if they want to be creative with it. Undertaker, right now, and his inclusion with him looming over the Survivor Series, this is the only logical thing. And to be honest with you, Undertaker and Styles, it's a dream match, man. It really is a dream match. AJ Styles is so good that he could bring a great match out of The Undertaker. And if there's one thing that we need, and we know that's still possible, and we know that it's still capable coming from The Undertaker, is giving us a 5-star championship match. 5-star match in general. AJ Styles is the perfect guy to work with The Undertaker. It still is a dream match. There's only 3 men on the roster right now for Smackdown by itself that I would like to see work with The Undertaker. That's AJ Styles, John Cena, and I would love to see Randy Orton. You know, I would love to see Randy Orton again. I'd love to see Dean Ambrose. So, it is what it is, man. That is the best scenario for The Undertaker. Let me know what you guys are thinking about that. But the more people are talking about it, obviously, the more WWE is thinking about pulling the trigger on this scenario. Undertaker, Styles, WWE Championship, one last run for the dead man. WWE trying to get Conor McGregor for huge WrestleMania 33 segment with The Rock. Justin LaBar mentioned, and he replied to somebody on Twitter saying that The Rock will be at WrestleMania, and it will be in something big. And if LaBar is saying it, you know it's pretty factual, because he is one of the more credible individuals that I know and that I follow. WrestleMania is called the Showcase of the Immortals for a reason, but that isn't exclusive to just be the best athletes in the WWE. The grandest stage of them all is an event where WWE gives the fans the best product that they possibly can give, and with the last WrestleMania that we've seen, obviously that wasn't the case, because WrestleMania 32 was one of the worst WrestleManias I think I have ever witnessed. And very often that involves bringing in some of the most recognizable, popular names of the current day outside of WWE, whether it's music, film, other sports, you know, whether it's MLB or NBA, UFC, to make the show as spectacular as possible. For example, WWE is quite fond of bringing in top talent from the film industry for WrestleMania when they can. In the past, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Pamela Anderson, Mr. T have all appeared on WWE TV at the apex of their popularity. WWE also has close ties with Dwayne Johnson, who is one of the top actors in the world and one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time. He's expected at WrestleMania this year. Nobody knows what's going on, but he will be there. WWE is also attempting to get more celebrities and top athletes involved with WrestleMania next year in Orlando. It's been reported that WWE officials are trying to rub elbows with LeBron James to see if they can get him involved in WWE programming. However, WWE also has their eyes on UFC's most popular fighter, Conor McGregor, and is apparently trying to work something out with UFC's top draw in MMA right now. Listen, I got more to the story, but I want to throw this in there. I was never a big fan of Conor McGregor, but I fucking respect the guy for what he's done. I mean, the guy's fucking tremendous. I don't watch UFC all that often. When I get invited by my friend Sean, who lives in Atlantic City, I go down there. He's a big UFC buff. I was down there to watch Conor McGregor and his last fight when he won the dual championships there at the last UFC show at Madison Square Garden. I was there. I watched it. It was great. I mean, he just looked fucking phenomenal. And he's a fucking great athlete, man. He's definitely something special. And the best thing about it, the best thing that, to me, about Conor McGregor is not his talent in the octagon. It's not his toughness. It's not the fact that he could fucking legit beat the shit out of anybody. It's the fact that he fucking gets it, He's a fucking dick. He's a prick, man. And I like that type of attitude. He's got a no bullshit attitude. And he just gets it, man. He knows how to sell himself. He knows how to sell his fights. He knows what people want to see. He knows what's going to get people talking. Conor McGregor is his most valuable asset is what he does up here. That's it. Everything else is just fucking icing on the cake. So getting Conor McGregor in WWE, especially with something with The Rock, I think that would be fucking unbelievable, man. Vince McMahon loves being on ESPN and all these news outlets and fucking he wants word of mouth spreading about WrestleMania. They will do whatever they can to get Conor McGregor. If Dana White wants to be a nice guy, it'll happen. It's all relying on Dana White and obviously that. So we'll see what happens with that. Obviously, we had the Lesnar partnership and SummerSlam and the cross promotion there for UFC 200. I don't think that was the last time WWE is going to do business with UFC, so it'll be interesting to see what they do for Conor McGregor. Now, this shouldn't come as a surprise to fans of MMA or WWE because the latter has been trying to legitimize their product by having UFC's best mixed with WWE's best on sports entertainment's biggest stage. While the former UFC bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey was on the top of the division, WWE made huge efforts to get her a big role for WrestleMania. They're still trying, but their main focus right now has shifted to Conor McGregor. Triple H was actually at Madison Square Garden, wondering if he got any words in with Conor McGregor. My cat is fucking meowing. What the fuck do you want, huh? I'm fucking busy over here! You fucking asshole! Anyway. She went scouring under the fucking bed. Anyway. UFC officials may not be able to get McGregor for WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. The mixing of UFC and WWE has always been a little bit tricky, but Rousey did end up making a cameo appearance with The Rock at WrestleMania 31, which was a great segment. Very, very entertaining. Brock Lesnar's fight at UFC 200 and the issues that followed may have complicated the dynamic between the two companies, but it won't stop WWE from trying to get McGregor on the product. McGregor is the current UFC featherweight and lightweight champion. He is the first man in MMA history to accomplish that feat. It's no wonder why WWE wants him for WrestleMania. But even if they got him to make an appearance, what would he be doing on the grandest stage of them all? According to a new report, they have huge plans for him, and if they can secure him for WrestleMania in Orlando next year, they would love to have these come to life and become a reality. According to other reports, WWE will have McGregor do a segment with The Rock if they can get him for the event. Triple H believes that McGregor would do very well in WWE and could be a huge part of the product. The Game was asked about this recently, and he said the following, and I quote, this is directly from Triple H. He could come over. He's got it all. He's got the personality, the skills, the talk. He's an entertainer, for sure. What does he walk around at, 180 pounds? I have smaller guys now in the WWE. We have 200-pound guys who are stars. You don't need to be 300 pounds anymore. Triple H gets it, bro. Triple H gets it, and he is the direction we want for WWE. Obviously, a wrestling match is extremely unlikely. However, getting physical with the top heel in a similar manner the way Ronda Rousey did at WrestleMania 31 with Stephanie McMahon is a strong possibility. An entertaining segment with The Rock is a great way to give the WWE product exposure in two other industries as well if they can get him for WrestleMania. It's still up in the air right now. It's being discussed, but WWE officials still have a few months to try to get Conor McGregor. I like it, man. I like it. Some UFC fans probably will dislike it and they won't agree. You know, he's not going to be anything that's going to put him at risk. But for the fact that WWE wants to make WrestleMania the fucking biggest show ever every year, you know, the fact that Conor McGregor is in everybody's mouth and people are talking about him, that's what WWE's going to jump on, man. And he's a legit fucking guy. He gets it. And like I said, it's what's up here that's his most valuable asset to me, because he just understands what needs to be done to get people talking. And when people talk, you know you're doing something right, man. So, Conor McGregor, Rock, WrestleMania. I will definitely let you guys know what is going on with that, because that is a huge developing story as we head into WrestleMania season. Will Kurt Angle be at the Royal Rumble in 2017? Will Kurt Angle return to the WWE at this year's Royal Rumble? It's been a dream of mine to see Kurt Angle back in the WWE. I would love to see it. But now that Bill Goldberg has officially returned to the WWE, there are only two major names outside of WWE that haven't returned to the company since they left. CM Punk, who you guys are still salty over because I reported about his return to the WWE. Still salty. Continue to be salty, man. I like a little dash of salt on my french fries. And then Kurt Angle. Even though his UFC debut did not go as planned, it does look like Punk will return to the WWE. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. It doesn't look like Punk will return to the WWE. He'll be back, but not anytime soon. In fact, he'll probably have a couple more fights in UFC before he even considers a return to pro wrestling. As for Angle, WWE hasn't been interested in bringing him back since he was released from the company over a decade ago. But it does seem like there's at least a little bit of interest from WWE side now that Angle has cleaned up his life. I believe Angle, I was listening to Jim Ross a few weeks ago. I believe Angle just had another child. So Angle is really in a good state of mind, and I hope WWE has some sort of interest in bringing him back. There's a lot of mileage left in Angle. He might be in his late 40s, but that does not mean that WWE cannot capitalize on a return of Kurt Angle, man. There's a lot of fucking dream matches on that roster that I would love to see, man. Most notably, Brock Lesnar AJ Styles, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton. I'd love to see Angle Cena again, to be honest with you. You know, Angle Styles, Angle Rollins, Angle Rusev. You know, my main one was Angle Bryan, but obviously that's not going to happen. If WWE really wants Daniel Bryan to have one more match, WrestleMania, Angle Bryan, a test of fucking will, who's the greatest of all time, that would be fucking unbelievable, man. Unfucking believable. But as far as Angle coming back, man, I've been talking about it. I mentioned this months ago, how I would bring Angle back, because there was a few times over the summer that I reported about Kurt Angle returning to the WWE and Angle trying to talk to Triple H and him saying he had meetings with Vince McMahon and Triple H, and Vince McMahon saying, don't talk to me, go talk to Paul. You know, Paul's the reason why, you know, guys come back to the WWE. He's going to be handling that business. I reported that over the summer, earlier this year. But Angle's cleaned up his life. Chairman Vince McMahon has been very hesitant to bring Angle back to the company simply because his life was a mess. In the years following his release, Angle was cited for driving under the influence 4 different times. DUI. 4 different times for Angle. If you don't get that the first time, if you don't learn your lesson the first time on that, something fucking wrong with you, man. You know? Angle might have been an alcoholic. You know, he obviously has cleaned up his life. And I'm happy to see that. But driving under the influence 4 different times, man, there's something wrong up here for you to repeat something like that 4 times. I remember I had my license suspended for 3 months. Never fucking again did I even put a drop of alcohol in my body before getting behind a wheel, man. And the time that I got pulled over, I was living in Jersey. The time that I got pulled over, I had 2 glasses of wine. And I was driving my Mustang, which was red at the time. I traded the red one in for the black one that I have now. And I was in some ritzy part of South Jersey. Cops were just fucking waiting to pull someone over. They seen, oh, look at this fucking asshole in the red sports car. Let's see what he's doing tonight. I was dropping somebody off after I had dinner at a restaurant. And I got fucking pulled over. They give me a sobriety test on the side of the road. They have me fucking recite the alphabet backwards, walk a straight line, and then they leave me there for about fucking 20 minutes before doing whatever the fuck they're doing. Right? Or whatever, you know, whatever the fuck. They go back to the police car. They fucking walk on, talk on the walkie-talkie. They're fucking sending messages back to the fucking precinct. Having me wait out there. And by the time I got back, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? They bring me into the fucking precinct. They give me a fucking a breathalyzer test. And then when I get there, the fucking breathalyzer is broken. So how the fuck are you going to tell me that I am under the influence and you don't even have the proper tools to give you a proper reading about what I'm doing? So they sat me there for hours until the breathalyzer was working and they still say I failed. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? They were really fucked up. So in turn, after all this, I paid a fucking $500 fine. I owed the state of New Jersey $3,000 over fines over the next couple of months. Plus, I got my fucking license suspended for 3 months. Awful. Do not drive under the influence, man. It is fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. On top of that, he was taking a massive amount of Vicodin every single day, which he detailed on a most recent edition of the Austin podcast, Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast. Now, Angle says that he's been completely clean and sober for 3 years and that he's planning to sign with whoever offers him the best deal in 2017. WrestleZone.com reported that Angle will be on WWE television at some point next year, and he very well could make his return to the 2017 Royal Rumble on January 29th. WWE's hoping that the 2017 Royal Rumble will break the event's previous attendance records, which almost were set 20 years ago. How they are planning to do that, you know, it's already reported that they're reaching out to legends. Austin, Michaels, Undertaker is back on television, which everybody's been reporting, including me, that Undertaker right now is the front runner for the WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble against AJ Styles. Maybe Austin and Michaels appear on the show in some other light format, backstage interview segment, in-ring segment, you know, whatever the case may be, but the Undertaker will be there in a fighting role. Is WWE talking to Kurt Angle as well? Nobody knows. Angle did say in a recent interview that he's spoken with Paul, Triple H, about coming back, and that WWE is interested in bringing him back to the company. He also said that if he returns to the company, it'll be at some point in 2017. WWE typically likes to have 3 or 4 legends make their return in the Royal Rumble. In recent years, we've seen Nash, Booker T, Jericho, Diamond Dallas Page all make their in-ring returns to the Royal Rumble. We've also seen incredible debuts over the years, most notably AJ Styles during the 2016 Royal Rumble. Next year's Rumble is scheduled to take place in Texas, San Antonio to be exact. And on top of that, Austin, Michaels, Undertaker, WWE is reportedly looking to bring in Rey Mysterio Jr. as well to be a part of the event for that big Hispanic touch that could be a big role in Texas. So we don't know about that. I don't know what Rey Mysterio's contract is with Lucha Underground right now. So that'll have to be a wait and see situation. Angle may end up getting lost in the shuffle if they bring back all these legends. So if you do bring back someone like Angle, you want him to be the star of the Rumble, as far as the comebacks go, the legends. As previously mentioned, Angle is planning to sign with someone in 2017, and given the fact that his former employer, TNA, is struggling to do whatever the fuck they're doing, pay their bills and get shit right, with their company, he probably won't end up going back to TNA. Could he go to Ring of Honor? Yeah, he could go to Ring of Honor, but that wouldn't make much sense. He could go to New Japan, but chances are he doesn't want to work for a company that isn't based in the United States. So that only really leaves one option for him, and that is Vince McMahon and the WWE. Will Angle be a part of the Royal Rumble? It's always possible, but it's far more likely that he'll end up being a pre-order bonus for next year's WWE 2K18 video game, and that will set the wheels in motion for his return to the company. Angle will be back. I am pretty certain, and I'm very confident in myself to say with full confidence, Angle will be back at WWE. It's only a matter of time. Now, I do believe that the selling point for WWE 2K games has been, who's the legend? Who's going to be it this year? It was Sting, it was Warrior, they had Hogan, and now they got Goldberg. Goldberg was in the trailer. He was the special pre-order bonus. I do believe Angle will be the pre-order bonus. I don't think he's going to be in the Royal Rumble. I don't. I think he's going to get his life even better. He just had a child. He probably wants to be homebound. He doesn't need to work immediately. Continue to train, do light workouts, maybe make an indie appearance here and there that he's been doing with What Culture Pro Wrestling and all these other independent promotions. Maintain your body, keep off that ring rust. And then when October rolls around and the new game comes out, guarantee you, even before that, we're gonna start seeing teasers. We're gonna see it in August, September. We're gonna start seeing teasers. Angle's coming back, and that's what they're gonna build the entire game on, man. The Olympic gold medalist coming back to the WWE. He is going to be a pre-order bonus for WWE 2K18. That's what is going to happen with Kurt Angle. I am fully confident to make that prediction. Now, if Angle was to return to the Royal Rumble, which again I would not mind at all. There's only one role for him in the Royal Rumble. If Brock Lesnar is not challenging for the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble, which I don't think he really needs it. If he's not challenging for the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble, Lesnar will be in the Royal Rumble. Lesnar should have his Royal Rumble fucked over by somebody. Whether that's Samoa Joe, whether that's some other means, I don't know. Lesnar, if he's going to be in the Royal Rumble, ideally, who the fuck's going to beat Brock Lesnar? Who's going to throw out Brock Lesnar? Nobody. Nobody's going to eliminate Brock Lesnar unless it's by fucking some screw job, which WWE had nicely planned this year, but they didn't follow through with the Bray Wyatt situation. It was pretty much, okay, we're going to do this, and then they backtracked as soon as they got the roadblock. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. They didn't continue anything from the Wyatt-Lesnar situation in the Rumble, where they all eliminated him in gang warfare fashion. But if Lesnar was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble, or should be in the Royal Rumble, there's only one moment that I want to see. Lesnar in the ring dominating early. You have this happen early on. And he eliminates however many men you want. And he's standing tall in the ring. And Heyman is outside just fucking cheering him on, going crazy, doing his Heyman thing. And all of a sudden, you hear that Olympic gold medalist music, man, and you pan over to Paul Heyman, and he's like shocked. The fucking face that he made when Brock Lesnar pinned The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. Shocked. And out comes Kurt Angle. And they pick up and relive their history. And you leave those guys in the ring for a set amount of time, man. You'd have bums come out. You'd have fucking Easy Eliminate. And you'd send out R-Truth and like fucking the Shining Stars. Have those guys come out. Have them fucking get eliminated. Get the fuck out of here, man. Let's continue doing what we're doing. And they would just tear the fucking house down. Lesnar and Angle stare down in the Rumble, man. That would be unbelievable. That's the only other thing that I would want to see as far as Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar in the Rumble. Other than that, if it doesn't happen, I think it's going to be for 2K18 because they really need a big selling point. They don't have anybody else. They mentioned Angle and they mentioned Punk. They're going to drive this home at least for another year to get that pre-order bonus, that legend coming back. And 2K has amended relationships with everybody that's been on their cover and in their game. So it's going to happen. Angle's going to be that one. You know, WWE might be interested, but it's going to take 2K to amend that relationship and say, you know what, we're going to bring him in, and he's going to have another WWE run. Whether it's 1 match, 2 matches, 3 matches, whatever the case may be, he will be the pre-order bonus for 2K18. Guarantee it. That is my prediction. But if that was not to happen and they want to bring him back early, that Royal Rumble situation is the best thing ever. That's the only thing I want to see. The only thing I want to see. Whether that leads to a match with Lesnar at WrestleMania, I would be all for that. I don't know. So we're going to have to wait and see. But that is my prediction on Kurt Angle. And finally, guys, we're going to end with this story, which is pretty fucked up. And I don't know how I think about this, to be honest with you. Everybody gets their fucking balls in a twist when people talk about anything political or religious or whatever the case may be, man. A lot of people right now, you know, the way people think in today's world sickens me because you can't really say what you want. Back in the day, you could say whatever the fuck you want, tell people how it is, and they'd be like, okay, you know? Nowadays, you say something wrong, people look at you the wrong way. People will look at you the wrong way, man. They're ready to take a fucking knife and stab you in the throat. You know? People get so fucking butthurt over the littlest fucking things you say. You know? And I really don't care. I know what my boundaries are. I know what to say and what not to say. I know what to talk about and what not to talk about in a public setting. I don't give a fuck about politics. I don't. I merely watched this presidential bullshit with Trump and Hillary simply because it was a fucking circus, man. And the day after the elections, when Trump got nominated as president-elect and he was going to be the next man to run this country, quote-unquote, run this country, because the president never runs the country, people. You're all upset about what? The president does not run the country. He is nothing but a fucking puppet, okay? This is like the WWE, okay? There's someone behind the scenes that we don't see running the show. The president is nothing but a fucking figure. The president is no better than you and me. He's there as a spokesman to be the voice of the people. He's an actor. He's a fucking actor. Everybody knows that the president really doesn't do shit without the House, the Senate, and the fucking people above them. There's people that we don't see running this country. The president doesn't make the decisions. So everybody fucking having riots and beating people up because they voted for Trump and fucking being all salty all month because Hillary lost. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break. For this to impact your life so badly, the way people come off. I mean, you woke up the next morning, didn't you? You're still breathing, didn't you? You got to enjoy a cup of coffee, didn't you? Give me a break. You went to work, you made your money, whatever the case may be. And I said going into this, I don't give a fuck who wins. I really don't. I really don't. I wanted Trump to win, not because I voted for him. I didn't vote for nobody. I wanted Trump to win simply because of the clown-like atmosphere that is going to ensue. You know? I thought it would be hilarious that we, the United States, the people of the United States, have Donald Trump, a man who is merely a fucking actor on a reality show running this country. I find it hilarious. I find it fucking hilarious, bro. I don't give a shit what he says, how he does it. I don't give a shit about politics. All I know is the reason why Trump won is because the guy has enthusiasm. The guy has a voice. The guy has a voice that people believe in. The guy is very, very convincing when he speaks. That's why. Like a WWE performer. Like a promo in the ring. You know? Someone gives a promo in the ring. And you decide whether you like them or you hate them. Donald Trump gave a promo over the entire year in different states to different people. And that voice resonated. And they went out and said, you know what, this guy is good enough for me to put a vote on. I like him. That's all it is. WWE and politics, man, they go hand in hand. It's the same fucking thing. So, for everybody to be butthurt over Donald Trump winning the presidency, man, there's better things in this world to be preoccupied with. It's not going to impact anything. It's not happening yet. You know? He's not in office until January. We still got Obama, right? So don't worry about it. But this presidential shit and everybody being so fucking salty over everything, Joey Styles, in typical Joey Styles fashion, if Joey Styles did and said what he did in the glory days of ECW, Paul Heyman wouldn't have gave a flying fuck. See, the difference between Joey Styles and ECW at the fucking ECW arena in Philadelphia with Paul Heyman doing whatever the fuck they wanted. If he said it there, compared to what happens now, you can tell people's fucking mindset is completely fucking different, man. Joey Styles got fired from multiple promotions over an offensive comment at an Evolve event. Former WWE and ECW announcer Joey Styles is known as one of the most unique and energetic commentators the sport has ever heard. Trademarked by his "oh my god" phrase, he spent decades play calling some of the most intense matches in ECW history. When WWE started to put together their personal stamp on the ECW brand after acquiring it, Styles formally retired from full-time commentating and became Vince McMahon's guy behind the scenes as vice president of media content, having a heavy influence over WWE.com and the entire website. Recently, Styles was let go from WWE after a tenure over a decade. Styles then returned to his passion of commentating, being behind the booth for independent wrestling promotions Evolve and Beyond Wrestling. This past weekend, there have been whirlwinds of reports on Styles, but unfortunately from a negative standpoint. Styles, who is not one to shy away from speaking his mind, was forced to cut a promo on the fly to heel manager Stokely Hathaway during a segment at an event for the Evolve promotion. What was said ended up being very controversial, as it was related to the offensive words said by President-elect Donald Trump during a leaked conversation on an Access Hollywood bus over a decade ago. As a result, he was let go from Evolve. Styles stated in a formal statement to PW Insider that, unaware of what to say at the time, he panicked and said the first thing that was on his mind to draw more heat to Hathaway. I had no idea what to say when Stokely Hathaway and I were at ringside to trade promos, and I didn't have Joanna with us to ask about English tailoring. I panicked and I did exactly what Gabe Sapolsky told me not to do earlier in the week and make a political joke. The joke included a partial quote from President-elect Donald Trump that was meant to mock him, and then, in turn, my scripted nemesis, Stokely Hathaway. I started the joke and stopped quoting the President-elect without using the offensive word. Again, I did not utter the offensive word. I then turned to Stokely Hathaway and said, the word that I will not use brings me to you. Even with the departure from Evolve, Styles still had upcoming commentating appearances scheduled. This past weekend, Styles was scheduled to commentate for Beyond Wrestling's event in Worcester, Massachusetts. Unfortunately for Styles, yet another promotion is deciding to terminate their relationship with him. Per a recent blog, Shakira owner Mike Quackenbush shared his feelings of recent controversy, stating that the promotion has also decided to cut ties with Styles. Effective today, we are terminating our relationship with Styles, he said. Effective today, we are instituting a zero-tolerance policy on racist and or homophobic speech, written or verbal, whether it's directed towards our cast, our crew, or our patrons. This is the shape of our promotion. We love pro wrestling every bit as much as our fans do. We love it so much we want it to change. Let's take a huge step forward toward a world where we need to be subject to any type of hate speech, and that the only violence we witness is of the neatly choreographed variety in the ring. It is indeed a shock that such a swarm of promotions have decided to relinquish their affiliation with Styles. Obviously, it comes to the relationship between kayfabe and reality. There are some things that still cross the line. Based on Styles' comments at Evolve 72, promoters feel justified to go into panic mode and sever ties with him for the protection of their company. While objectively this makes sense, hopefully Styles can quickly rebound from this misfortune and get behind a commentating booth again sooner rather than later. I think Gabe Sapolsky, I don't blame Gabe for doing what he did at the Evolve event. I don't. Okay? You know, when you're in someone's position like that, business comes first. And I can't really say what I would do if I was in Gabe Sapolsky's shoes. But I know if you are partnered with the WWE in any kind of way, and you have an image and a reputation of your own, not only for Evolve, but for yourself to keep there and maintain that, I think Gabe Sapolsky did... You know what? It's tough to say, man. I really don't want to say that he made the right decision. But then again, I don't want to say he made the wrong decision either. Do I think he acted on impulse? Do I think he overreacted? Yes, I think he overreacted. That's just the way I think. I don't think Joey Styles did what Joey Styles did. Joey Styles is the one that fucked. Joey Styles is the only one to blame here. Because the main thing here, Gabe Sapolsky clearly said to him, do not say and make anything politically joke-wise. That's it. Joey Styles fucked up. And he's the one that he's got to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I fucked up. Based on that alone, I would have fired him. Based on that alone, I would have fired Joey Styles. Because if you are employed and your boss tells you to do something strictly, do this for me, and you don't do it, and you do something else completely different, that's grounds for termination. If your boss tells you, do not do that, do it this way, do not do it that way, do not, and you do it anyway, you're fired. You're fired. Done. That's it. So, on that fact alone, I would have fired Joey Styles. Gabe Sapolsky should have fired Joey Styles based on that. Being that it was politically, a political joke, you know what? I think they overreacted. I think people take this too close to heart, and it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. That's what I'm going to say about that. Whatever was made in light of what Donald Trump said, grow a fucking pair of balls. Grow a pair of balls. You are completely brainwashed by the media to say, you know what, whatever Donald Trump said is completely wrong. Completely wrong. Everybody, and me included, we all make sexual jokes every now and then. Everybody behind closed doors, in front of people. Some people say it in front of others. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. I would never do that because I have respect for people and myself. But if I'm talking with my friends and we're at a bar and, we're joking around, sexual jokes are made. You're looking at the hot broad across the bar with the fucking big tits. She's wearing this fucking shirt, revealing half of her fucking chest. You're not going to make a fucking comment? If she was okay with it, obviously she's okay with it if she walked out to the bar like that. But if she doesn't want any comments, if she doesn't want any guys looking at her fucking tits, she shouldn't be wearing shit like that. So obviously if you're going out in public, exposing half your chest, expect comments coming your way. Otherwise, don't wear it. People do and say exactly what Donald Trump did. Behind closed doors. Everybody. Don't bullshit me. But it shouldn't have been said because Styles' boss didn't want it to be said. That's it. Styles fucked up. Styles got himself fired based on that fact alone. I would have fired him if I was Gabe based on that fact alone. Would I have fired him based on what he said? No. I wouldn't have fired him based on what he said. It's such a gray area. If Gabe told me not to do something, I am going to do exactly what he said. Not do it. Now, if Gabe said, go out there and get me the biggest heel heat possible, and he didn't mention anything about saying anything politically, and Styles said it, and then Gabe fired him, then there's a fucking problem. Then there's an issue. But the fact that Gabe is his boss and he said it after Gabe told him not to say it, that's what got him fired. I refuse to believe that a joke like that got anybody fired. It's such a fucking gray area, man. So that's my feelings on that. Gabe said, don't do it. Styles did it, got himself fired. If Gabe said nothing about political jokes being said, and Styles did it, and then Gabe fired him, then we can say Gabe fucked up. Gabe was being too sensitive. That's just my feelings on that. Styles will be back. Hogan made racial comments that were leaked all over the fucking world about his daughter dating a black man, and how he's using the fucking N-word left and right. Do people hate Hogan? Does what Hogan said impact your life so much that you gotta hate this man for the rest of fucking creation? No. I don't agree with what he said. I would never fucking say that. Never. At all. Nobody would say that. You know? Unless you're fucked up mentally. But time heals all wounds. WWE supposedly wants Hogan back. Hogan will be back. Hogan will be back in WWE. People make mistakes. As long as he's making strides to better his life. Who gives a fuck what he said? Behind closed doors. Again, even that. People do and say exactly what these guys do. Everybody. We're human. But what Hogan did, is it going to impact you? You're going to hate this man forever because he used a few words that you don't agree with? Give me a break. Give me a break. I don't look at Hogan any differently. I don't give a fuck. It's not gonna make me think any differently about how he is as a human being. He's still got blood running through his veins. He's still got fucking kids. He's still a family man. He's still a father, right? He's still a human being at the end of the day. I don't think human beings are malicious creatures, dude. You know? I don't. Deep down, we're not racist. It's all fucking the media. It's all the media. It's hard for me to believe people are this way. It's what they see on television that makes them believe, you know, what the media is saying. I don't think people are that way. I really don't. But this style situation, it's such an up and down scenario, man. I don't blame Gabe just based on he told him not to make a political joke. If Gabe said, go out there and do whatever the fuck you want, and then fired him, not knowing what Styles was going to say, and then fired him, then it's a different story. But that's just my opinion on that. Let me know what you guys think about this whole Joey Styles situation. Let me know what you guys think all weekend. Survivor Series coming up tonight. Review on the YouTube channel. Make sure you are there after the show goes off the air. Fantasy Warfare just got real. It may be real, but I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be fucking headed for a huge disaster. So we're going to find out what happens tonight at the Survivor Series. I got my NXT TakeOver review and results and reactions up on the channel right now, YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go check that out. Please do so. Leave a like on that. If you guys are listening on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play, leave me a thumbs up on Podbean and leave me a rating on iTunes, man. I would greatly appreciate that. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/JD from NY206. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter. Live reactions to Survivor Series tonight at JD from NY206. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, JD from NY206. JD Negan and Dana Brooke, Get Off My TV version 5 are available right now on Barber Shop Window. Go and get yours today. JD Negan and Dana Brooke now available on Barber Shop Window. WrestleRumble.com. Enter tonight. Entry form live. WrestleRumble.com. $500 cash to win. And you're also going to win tickets to the Royal Rumble, 2 luxury box seats to the 2017 Royal Rumble. And then WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate. Use the link down below. Save yourself some money. Use the coupon code JD from NY at checkout for Loot Crate, man. So thank you guys so much for everything. Off the script, in the books for another weekend. I will be back tonight with Survivor Series review and results. Until then, I am JD. Hit that thumbs up, and I will see you sometime later today. I'm pretty sure I'll have some news. So keep an eye on the channel. But definitely tonight for Survivor Series, Fantasy Warfare, Lesnar, Goldberg, 2016 Survivor Series, man. Take care, and I'll see you guys later tonight.